Hello everyone, welcome to WFM Hub. We are back with our new video. So in this video, we are going to learn the basic scheduling framework in just 5 minutes. So let's start. So this is the scheduling framework that we have. This is the basic, and if we don't have any forecasted volume as an input, then we need to skip this scheduling framework till here, the determining the interval requirement, and we need to follow the framework from checking the daily weekly rules till publishing the schedules or roster. So let's start with our daily weekly rules that we have, because in this video we are going to learn the scheduling when we have only when we don't have the forecasted volumes. So let's start. So this is the rules that we have. So we have few rules that we need to account while creating the roster. So first is daily rules. In this daily rules, these all are the examples. So in the daily rule, for example, here we have the minimum login hours is 9. This is the daily rules that an agent can log in minimum of 9 hours in a day and maximum of 10 hours. Here maximum of 10 hours if the agent is doing any overtime. So he or she can only do 1 hour of overtime in a day. So we are taking the 10 hours of login. Then every agent should have 1 hour of break. So 1 hour of break, and break limit, each break should be provided within 2 hours. This is the break limit that we have. So these are the examples of the daily rules, and then we have the weekly rule. So for the weekly rules, the minimum login hours that an agent will provide us is 45 hours, and the maximum login hours is 50 hours. It's just that an agent will work 5 days in a week. So 10 into 5 is 50 and 9 into 5 is 45. And then for the week offs, an agent should get 2 week offs in a week. And for the working limit, agents should not be scheduled for more than 5 days in a week. This is the rule that we need to follow, that any agent will not schedule more than 5 days in a week. And then here is the hoop and FT. For example, we have a hoop of 9 hours and we are taking the full-time equivalent as 9. So we will have a single shift window. That means single shift window means that we will only have one shift in our roster. And if we have a hoop of 18 hours, then FT is 9. We will have a double shift, and if we have a hoop of 24, FT is 9, then we will have a 3 shift window. That means we will have 3 shifts in a day. This is the at least or minimum shifts that we needed in this hoops. Let's move to the plan or the shift patterns. So here is the shifts design that we have done. So here is the shift design, and in the shift design we will need at least, as we all know, that to cover the 24 hours of hoop we will need at least 3 shifts. So we have the shift of 6 a.m., 2 p.m. shift, and then we have a shift of 10 p.m. So at least 3 agents we will be needing to cover the 24 hours of hoop. But then the question is, who will take care of the volume when she is on break or lunches or any other aux? So to cope up with this problem, we have already scheduled at least 2 agents in a shift, so that if one agent is on the break, then the other one can cover our intervals. So with this 2 agents in a shift, our total agent requirement comes up to 6. And then let's see how we are calculating the gross requirement. So this is the net requirement that we will be needing to cover the 24 hours, that is 6. And let's see how we are calculating the gross requirement from here. So for the gross requirement, I will need certain things. For example, week off. So here in week off, we will have 2 week offs, 2 divided by 7, 2 week offs, and 7 days in a week. So it comes 29%. And then out of office shrinkage, here we are taking the assumption of 10% as an out of office shrinkage. So to calculate the gross requirement, we are putting the week off and the shrinkage. So what we are doing is D2 is 6, our requirement, dividing it by 1 minus our week off, and then dividing it by 1 minus out of offer shrinkage, that is 10%. So here we have the gross requirement of 10, and then the gross requirement of 10, and here we are taking the actual requirement of 10. So our over-unders, there is no any over-unders because we have a gross requirement of 10 and we have an actual count of 10. So now we have our requirement, we have our head count, and let's create the schedules out of this. So here is a roster. These are the assumptions, these are the artificial name that I have taken, and here is the roster. So while creating the roster, we have already ensuring that every teammate or every agent should get at least 2 week offs in a week, because this is our weekly rule. And we are also ensuring that at least 2 teammates or at least 2 agents should have in a shift, so that there is no any problem of coverage. And we have already created this roster while taking care of all these things. So here we can see in the summary that the schedule count, and then we have a requirement which is coming from the plan sheet, and then the over-unders that we have. So this is how we create our roster when we don't have the forecasted volume. We need to follow this entire process to create our roster while taking care of the weekly, daily rules and the requirements. So this is the process. Hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe and share, and thank you so much.